Welcome back to Talk Horror to Me. And today I'm going to talk some horror to you. Well, technically some horror. Today we are ranking the Scary Movie franchise.
That's heavy. I better use my strong hand.
I'll never have to kill again.
I'm just screwing with you.
We're saved! Wrong foot.
I've come back from worse than this.
The Scary Movies were released in 2000 up until 2013, originally starring Anna Faris, Regina Hall, the Wayans brothers, Charlie Sheen, Simon Rex. They're not good. They profited off recent releases and, you know, that's what they did. Well, until the fifth one anyway. I'm not sure how much profit there was to be made on that I saw. Clearly, these are just my opinions. Have any opinion you want. These are going to be very subjective because it's all about sense of humour. Some people have a more refined sense of humour. Other people like me have the most pathetic, immature sense of humour going. So there are going to be different things that I liked that you would have rolled your eyes at. So, coming in at number 5. In last place is obviously Scary Movie 5. This film is garbage. This film makes me so angry that I actually don't want to talk about it very much, but for the sake of the video, we'll discuss. Just note, this is the worst attempt at a cash grab I have ever witnessed. It came out 7 years after the last installment. It's not always a bad point. No returning main characters, just a weird cold open from Charlie Sheen and he dies immediately. And Simon Rex is back. Okay, I'm not mad at that part. I should have worn a bra, but I don't want to. Scary Movie 5 was released in 2013 and is the first installment and the fucking last. Jesus Christ, I hope the last. To not include Cindy Campbell. Throughout this film, it mainly parodies Black Swan, Paranormal Activity, Mama, and Rise of the Planet of the Apes. And there's some little nods to Sinister, Cabin in the Woods, 50 Shades, and Inception. And it's fucking garbo. Hot, steaming garbo. The acting is so half-assed. The comedy is thin to emaciated, and it's a film with Lindsay Lohan in, so clearly they weren't going for a quality release here. It stars Ashley Tisdale, Simon Rex as the central couple. They have to look after the two girls from Mama. I forget why, whilst Ashley is a ballerina, and Simon has a pet monkey. Oh, and their house is haunted. That was all I got. To be honest, it's quite enough already. I'm already offended at the breath I've had to waste. Bye. Infinitely more appealing purely for the addition of Anna Faris and Regina Hall, Scary Movie 4 was released in 2006. It parodies The Grudge, The Village, and War of the Worlds. Subplots also parody Saw, Brokeback Mountain, $1 Million Baby, and The Oprah Winfrey Show and Dr. Phil as well. There are quite a few big players really in this film. Probably because the budget would have been quite substantial. Scary Movie 3, released 3 years before this one, was one of the most profitable in the series, also one of the best reviewed. So the studio would have rewarded Scary Movie 4. And they fucking shouldn't have. I mean, the acting might as well be Oscar-worthy in comparison to the fifth. That doesn't mean it's good. I actually grew up with Scary Movie 4, as well as Scary Movie 3. They were kind of another film that was repeated in my household quite a lot. I've explained this before. I think it plays into my addictive personality because I was the kind of person who, when Doja Cat released Say So, I had it on repeat for a week and a half straight. I will speak a bit more objectively, even though kind of got a soft spot, and I will watch it but just be ashamed and not tell anyone that I watched it, you know? It's just so evident that this is where the franchise had grown stale. Like, Scary Movie 3 was getting there, Scary Movie 4 is where it fully arrived at the dump, you know? Like I said, I don't hate sitting through this film, but I'm very aware that I really enjoy shitty humour. I can admit to myself when my taste is less than palatable, you know? Just because I like this film doesn't mean it's good. Anna Faris is still good, Regina Hall is still good, as are Kevin Hart and Anthony Anderson, but I don't care about this guy. Tom, whatever, and he's like 60% of the film. Just give me more Brenda, I don't care about this guy.
So, look upon him as he rides.
Hey, Cindy! Look, I'm on TV, y'all! Check it out! I want to give a shout out to all my peeps. Ah! I don't believe it! The aliens killed the dinosaur!
I will admit that this film actually does freak me out. A little bit, mainly because of The Grudge. I've outlined before, The Grudge is the thing in my childhood that scared me the most. Find out what else I was terrified of in my childhood by clicking right there. I do think the Scary Movie series should have 100% stopped at 3. nice trilogy, tailed off towards the end, isn't to everyone's taste, but it wasn't an obnoxious release. It's not healthy, it's toxic, and you should leave him. Oh, I have such a big soft spot for Scary Movie 3. But I feel like I haven't ranked this one higher because I know I shouldn't, not because I don't want to. Released in 2003, this entry parodies The Ring, calling back to some more childhood traumas of mine. Honestly, if you haven't seen the video, watch it. It's really fucking good, I swear. As well as Signs and 8 Mile for some reason. It was rated down. So in America, the first 2 installments would have been rated R, whereas Scary Movie 3 was rated PG-13. Wider release, more reach, more ticket sales. So because of that, the jokes are probably a little more toned down, a little more PC, and a little less problematic than the first 2.
I just got a weird feeling something bad is heading my way, like when you see an Asian person behind the wheel of a car.
I said a little less problematic, not completely unproblematic. The acting is a cut above the final 2 entries as well. Even Simon Rex is pretty good, you know?
Maybe all you need is a mother.
And a father.
We could be...
A family.
Couldn't bring that into the 5th one, could you? 2003, completely different time. Better days. Cindy has custody of her nephew Cody, and he's reminiscent of the little kid from The Ring, whose name I forget. And Brenda is his school teacher.
What was the assignment? Draw your family and friends. Oh.
They watch the cussed videotape.
Cindy! The TV's leaking!
So their storyline revolves around keeping them all alive and beating Tabitha, this universe's Samara.
Get up, you little ugly bitch!
Running concurrently to this storyline, Charlie Sheen and Simon Rex own a farm where crop circles start appearing, and aliens are invading, a la Signs. Leslie Nielsen plays the president.
I just want to tell you both good luck. We're all counting on you.
And for some reason, Simon Rex is a rapper, a la 8 Mile.
Good mug, Doug, bug.
Oh, if we say we'll come, will you shut your ass up?
Okay, here's where my opinion may get controversial, but I am sticking to my guns with this one. Yes. In second place, we have the original Scary Movie. I regret it already. I do like it. I'm not ranking it second due to lack of quality. Not that these films were particularly going for quality, but you understand what I mean. I'm aware that these films are not supposed to be good, you know? These are parodies, I know, believe me, I understand. But I can still take them a little seriously as a movie consumer. That is my right with my money that I spend. My money dollars that I go to see films with, that gives me a right to have an opinion, you know. This film was released in 2000, starring the Wayans brothers, Regina Hall, Anna Faris, pretty sure Shannon and Elizabeth were in it, and some other bitches too. The first installment parodies Scream, primarily. And if you are a horror film fanatic, you will know that Scary Movie was actually the working title of the original Scream film. It also parodies I Know What You Did Last Summer. There are some other little references in there, but mainly it's just those 2. This film is so 2000, it hurts. More than problematic in some parts.
How close were you to the victim?
Real close. Until the roofies wore off.
Equally as endearing in others. Iconic for me is this Brenda Meeks quote.
Lord, I'm having a heart attack! Damn, this is some scary shit!
For a while, all I said whenever I jumped at anything was, that is some scurry shit. In my opinion, it would have been very damn popular in culture at the time because, as a millennial, we've all seen this film, and portions of it are ingrained in our psyche forever. Don't lie. I enjoy this one as a watch, way more than I can say I enjoy any of the others so far, because my favourite one to watch is... This one's my favourite. Oh, I regret saying it, I regret saying it. It does not, by any stretch of the imagination, mean that it's the best one. It's probably not, I mean definitely. Let me check. Eesh, yeah, definitely not the best. But this is the one that, when I watch it, I laugh at the most. And as a horror comedy, that's why it sits at the top. I may have a garbage sense. I have a garbage sense of humour, I do. Sue me. But Anna Faris quotes Titanic while she gives Chris Masterson a wristy, and you expect me not to laugh my whole entire ass off?
Don't you say your goodbyes. You're gonna get out of here, and you're gonna go on, and you're gonna have lots of little babies. And coming to this house was the best thing that ever happened to me.
Oh, me too.
And for that, I am so thankful.
Don't let go.
Never! I'll never let go!
Also, Tim Curry's in it. I'm giving it the most props purely for that one, I think. There is a whole ass blonde hair in my Tia Maria. That's my brand, I guess. This one parodies so many different things. I'll whack up the list here. But mainly it's House on Haunted Hill, The Exorcist, peppered with like The Legend of Hell House, Poltergeist, things of that nature. Also the fact that Tori Spelling portrayed Sidney Prescott in the original Stab film within Scream 2, and then is in this film 4 years later, is also funny to me. What a thinly veiled homage. Now, just in case I haven't said it enough, these films are not good, and I'm not trying to convince you that they are. The best reviewed is the first one, and even that isn't a fresh film. But they are a big part of pop culture, are they not? That's not up for debate with me. So because of that, they deserve a review in my opinion. I know they aren't horror, but they are parodying my favourite genre, and that grabs my attention enough to be included as a horror-adjacent series of films. Worthy of a review, you know? My final thoughts. You want some advice? Start drinking heavily, watch the first 3, then turn it off, stop it, and go to sleep. You don't need 4 and 5, no one ever needed 4 and 5. Well, that was the Scary Movie franchise. Make sure you subscribe below, check out all my previous uploads. Where did the hair go? Did I drink it? For now, I need a refill, and you're getting a punch in the face.